Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. Sir Henry Bessemer lived in the 19th century, and he was a British industrialist and inventor. He actually managed to invent the first ever process for the mass production of steel, which was obviously during the Industrial Revolution and all that followed, made him a tremendously important figure. He had to do a lot of traveling, and traveling to and fro across the Atlantic was on ships. There was only one problem. Sir Henry Bessemer suffered from seasickness. Now, that's not unusual. Lots of people get seasick. In fact, our English word nausea comes from the Greek word nous, meaning a ship. It's the same word that we get the word nautical from. And so nausea was originally meant the sickness that you get from being on a ship. So this seasickness problem, it's as old as the hills. It's certainly as old as the Greeks. And so Henry Bessemer thought, well, I'm an inventor. Surely I can do something about this. Now, he had what looked like a good idea, because on the ship, there would be a compass. And for a compass to work properly on a ship, it can't be pitching up and down and rolling from side to side. And so the ship's compass would be set up on a self-balancing mechanism known as gimbals. That actually meant that even when the ship was rocking from side to side, the compass would not rock with the ship. And so Henry Bessemer looked at this and thought, well, what if I was to do the same for a room on the ship that people could sit in? A room that was set up on gimbals, just like the ship's compass, and it would be a nice, comfortable place with chairs and a bar, and people could sit in there and have a drink and everything else, and they wouldn't get seasick, because even if the boat was rocking, the room that they were in on the boat wouldn't be rocking. Well, he built a ship called the SS Bessemer with this special room built into it. And it was set up on gimbals like a ship's compass. So no matter how much the ship was pitching and rocking from side to side, the room would remain absolutely level and calm. And they took it out, they tested it, they sailed across the English Channel from Dover to Calais. And you know what? All the way across, it worked like a dream. People were in that saloon, they were drinking their whiskies and their gins, and, they had music playing, and no matter how much the boat was rocking, they were just fine. It seemed like it was an amazing success until they arrived in Calais. And as the ship came into port and tried to slow down, there was a problem happened, because the ship was slowing down, but because the self-balancing mechanism meant that the room was sitting differently from the ship, whenever the ship slowed down, the room didn't. It tried to keep on moving at the same speed, and it began rocking from side to side, and it was so destabilizing that the ship began to pitch all over the place, and the ship actually crashed into the pier at Calais and destroyed most of the pier, caused a fortune in damage. Now, that was the end of the idea of having the self-balancing room in a ship. Today, people just take a little tablet or put a little sticker on their neck to stop them getting seasick. But Henry Bessemer made a classic mistake. He tried to fix a relatively minor problem and created much more damage in the process. And you know what? We all have a tendency to do that. How many times have human beings found themselves in a situation which was a bit embarrassing, and they didn't want to have people laughing at them or think badly of them, so they tell a lie? And then that lie becomes bigger and bigger, and the damage caused by telling the lie is far greater than the damage that would have been caused by simply being embarrassed and admitting that stupid thing that you said or did. We need to get some things in perspective. When we try to avoid every bit of trouble, every bit of inconvenience, every bit of embarrassment, and we resort to compromising our Christian standards to do so, then we create problems for ourselves, problems that were far greater than the problems that we were trying to avoid in the first place. So we need to learn from Sir Henry Bessemer's experience with his ship and the demolition of the pier at the port of Calais in France. And next time you find yourself in a situation where it looks like a little white lie might get you out of a bit of embarrassment, don't do it. Stand in truth, even if it means getting a little bit embarrassed. I pray that God will help us more and more to be people of integrity, even in the little things. And may God bless you today. And please join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.